yeah. All right, who's going to be the first person to comment? Normally it's Mike. I think Troy tried last time to jump in there. So and Jason actually tried too. So, somebody's.
Who is it?
That was me.
Oh, it's you?
Oh, shit.
Where are
You
the bow
didn't bring the
ties?
bow ties.
I forgot them. They're
I
sitting on
told
my
you they're
kitchen
here.
table.
I told you they're here.
Nice.
Yeah, we got the bow ties.
All right.
6 different colors.
Any pink ones?
No.
No.
They didn't have pink ones.
Yeah.
But I got black, blue, white, yellow, orange, purple,
Red?
and red.
And what's up,
So
Troy?
you two should do the red. I should do the blue or the gray.
Okay.
I don't know what color my Jeep is, if it's blue or gray.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what color it is.
I don't know.
It's color.
It's color.
What's up, Troy? What's up, Jonathan? Mike. Long time no see, huh?
My grandmother's logging in tonight.
Oh, nice. Well, we got to behave then, right?
Yep.
My
Ish.
grandma. Ish.
Ish. She knows us.
Yeah.
She knows us.
I haven't had to call for a ride home yet, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good and chocolatey right there.
I know, it's delicious.
It just kind of hangs
Shout
out.
out to Joe.
Yeah.
Great.
I was mid nap when Joe shows up with the the kid took care of everything.
That's awesome.
Kid got the beer, put it in the fridge. I didn't have to do
How
anything.
far is, he's not far from you, right?
No, if I could drive a straight line to his house, it would be like less than 2 miles.
Nice.
But
My grandmother said, "Love you guys."
aw, she's the best.
She is the best.
Oh, let's
Hey,
see.
so I think Mike is dropping off those dry shafts at your house.
Yeah, sometime this week, he said.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
pass
Oh, we're
them
gonna
on.
have them as
We're gonna I'm gonna replace the U joints on them. I'll look at the.
clean them up and
Yeah.
have them as a parts bucket, right?
Yep. We'll save them for spares.
Always good.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready to break mine.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm trying real hard.
That video. Well, he's gotten right-footed. He's a little heavy
Oh.
right-footed there.
Okay, whatever.
He had
I'm
some
trying
he
not
had
to
some
break
air
anything.
time, and
there was-
definitely we were throwing some rocks, and
There was a point where it was just swiveling on a rock and all four tires
That
were
was
not on the
crazy.
ground.
I've never seen a Jeep. It was literally a point of a rock the size of
Just
my
scroll
finger.
around.
You really almost could have. And it was balancing on a transfer skid plate, and all four wheels were like trying
Scott
to
was
touch the ground.
Scott was on the front bumper bouncing.
And the whole
That's pretty
Jeep's going
funny.
like this. It was crazy. 2 more inches and it would have been fine, but it went up between the skid plate and
The transmission cross member?
the transmission cross member and the transfer case, and it was like wedged up there on something, and it was just like teetering on it, but we couldn't get it off. It was a 30. It was 30
lodged in there,
minutes
yeah.
till we got it off.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was
I got to replace my transmission
cross member.
cross member.
Yeah, it's sitting in the garage, ready for you to
I'm pretty
do it.
sure I know somebody else that is going to need a new one now too.
Yep.
That'll be number 2 on that one, won't it?
No, we did. That was a skid plate for the transmission.
That's right,
This is
that's
that rear cross
Cross-
member
right,
that you
right.
can remove. And
Ah,
somebody makes a beefed up one of them. I forget who it is.
JCR.
and it's not cheap either.
No, Jen Wright makes a
Yeah.
really good one too. No, you're right. It isn't because it comes with like reinforcement brackets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
I almost want to just keep breaking the ones I have. And
Probably would be better because I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it's like $1,000 setup.
yeah. So Melissa, you got to go out on Crawdaddy today. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. What's up, Jason? Oh, we got Brian Sterner on here.
Yeah, it's up, Brian. Jason, yeah, Jay. We got Mike. Everybody's here.
Yeah,
Melissa,
it's literally a reunion
Yeah.
tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Dave, Troy.
All right.
Brian says need Max Tracks. I don't think Max Tracks or
Max Trask.
I mean, the good Lord himself could have reached down out of the heavens and not unhooked his Jeep. It was pretty bad.
And then I'm fixing your rear shock in the parking lot.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, I mean, I was actually I should have brought it down for the video. The rear shock. It was.
Oh yeah, it was mangled.
It was mangled pretty bad.
I think it got straighter too as you were driving somehow.
It did get straighter, but now it's completely locked in the compressed position.
Is it? You can't move it.
So even driving on it, it was just purely compressed, and it was I drove like, it was awful. Hey, what's up, Gary? How you doing? Oh, our good friend Neil is in the house.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah, we need to be out on the trail again soon, and I think you're doing this week. I don't know that I can. I'm going to try to get out, but I don't know. I don't know. It was such a good. I might have to call in sick again.
Yeah.
Well, depends on when I get my trailer.
Yeah, I thought you were going too, right? This weekend?
Possibility.
You're going Saturday. When's Neil? Neil's going Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Can you do Sunday?
No,
Why?
because it's a skiing party again
Nah.
up in the mountain.
You put enough time in up in the mountain. Time to go back to the trails.
Okay.
Brian, we're working on all that. We just randomly get there. We think the night before, hey, you want to go wheeling? Sure, let's go.
Yeah.
As far as our next
I can't
organized
do
trip,
that anymore. It takes a little bit more than 30 minutes to get ready to go.
Well, welcome to adulthood, Billy. Terry and I are just starting to exit that.
Yeah, he's 2 weeks into adulthood over here.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that out.
Thanks.
Yeah, Troy, you're a little bit late on Billy. I think he bought his trailer already. I think he.
Wait, Troy had a trailer?
Troy had a trailer. You'd have to drive to Tennessee and pick it up.
When do you want to put a rack on it for the tents?
Oh, that's dude.
Dude, there was some dude asking about racks today, and
No, this is gonna be like a custom.
I know, but you would have given him great information that I couldn't have. And
I don't know anything.
Backbone is awesome.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
What's up, Brad? We're just a couple minutes and we're gonna get started. For those just watching or joining us, we have Matt Caldwell, the director of operations from Tread Lightly.
Yeah, buddy.
This is huge.
Absolutely.
It's like we threw the line out there, hoping for a guppy and everything, and all of a sudden this big shark comes and just grabs all of our.
It's like that movie Big Fish.
It is big. It is.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. We landed the biggest fish. Matt, how you doing?
Doing good.
We thought you quit there for a second.
Yeah, we thought he was
gone.
He listened to the first couple minutes and took off.
No, I'm watching him down in the bottom, so he's still there. He's not doing anything that I wouldn't do on the camera. So
that doesn't leave.
It doesn't leave a lot of room. I know.
Well, I'm glad your gas cap's still there, Jason. That happens all the time. Sometimes it could just be the changes of temperature.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Evap situation.
Good news is there's nothing really expensive on that to fix. Like the most expensive part is a charcoal canister.
Right.
And that's probably not the issue, but like there's no pump. There's a
sometimes caps
valve.
go bad.
They do. Oh yeah.
So you might just need to go buy a new cap.
Yeah. Let it go and see if it goes away.
Yeah, it should.
Brad, I looked into it. There's not a lot in the area for family in AOAA, but it's worth being there, and it's a good time. Hey Joe, man, we're
beer's
enjoying
delicious.
the beverages, and it's great. Thank you. Very chocolatey. I feel like I'm eating a Hershey's candy
heavy.
bar. No.
I heard they're good.
Keep playing that card down. Lead by example.
Lead by example.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, and here's a pro tip before we get into the show. I'm getting ready to kick it off. Before we get in the show, one of the best things that I did was relocate that Evap canister, because we were kind of talking about the gas cap. And when you get under your Jeep, if you get under there, the Evap canister literally is sitting right beside the drive shaft, and it's almost like the lowest point on the Jeep. And if it wasn't already relocated, yesterday it would have been
gone.
It would have been gone.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I would have ripped it off, and now I've relocated mine to above the axle, so it's completely out of the way. It can't.
Right.
Nothing can get to it now.
Everyone's wondering where your beard
I
went.
know.
It's the summer beard. It's the low cut.
Well, it is. It looks good. He got his hair cut, got his beard trimmed, looks 10 years younger.
Shave the head, shave the beard,
Yeah.
shave the back.
No, you wax the back, dude.
Nah, I shave it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's good to have the young Don here, and I'm gonna have to do something. I don't know. This face for radio just is. I'm good. We'll just put the video up right here. How we
Are you
doing?
kidding me? You're like the best one. You're the most popular out of the three of us by far.
He just talks the most.
Oh my god!
you had like 1,500 friends today.
It literally took me 35 or 40 minutes to get from.
Just to
Yeah.
say hi.
Yeah,
And,
I
and
was,
most
my
people,
beer
you're
was
just like,
empty.
hi,
My-
hi, hi.
I couldn't even make it over to the table with you guys because my beer was empty by that time. I had to get back in line
and get another one.
and get another one. But I don't mind it. It was great to see all of our friends and meet them and talk and just catch up because, COVID sucks.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to hit the button if nobody minds. I need somebody in the chat to say hit the button.
Hit the button.
Somebody tell me to hit that button. Hey, Kristen and Will. All right, I'm hitting the button, so I'm going to shut up now. Hello and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life and every second of it. And man, I couldn't be happier to be with all the people I'm with tonight and have been spending time with. Oh, Don, it was like you said, it was one of the best Jeep weekends
It really was.
in a while.
By far.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired. I was like nodding off when you
Fall
were
asleep over there.
It's okay to fall asleep. Save it for a little bit because I slept before we came on air.
I know. I'm hanging in there. But yeah, it was. So for me, I got my Jeep done.
Oh yeah, Alias is back.
Alias is back. So it's been off the road for 2.5 months.
Oh man,
3 months.
yeah, you've been keeping up with me in the Honda though.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I killed a tank of gas this weekend driving it around, breaking in gears and bearings, and so it was. I enjoyed driving. I had a top down today, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Then we did yesterday, probably one of the best off road trips I had.
Yeah,
in a long time, if not ever. It was awesome.
It was really good. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But Don, man, it's good to have you in the seat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And good to see Alias parked outside the studio.
I know. How about it?
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, me too.
And
Thanks.
where have you been? You're back.
I know.
From his hyenas.
Yeah, I was traveling, and I had a suspension. The board.
Oh yeah,
was not happy with my activities, so they gave me
Extracurricular.
a week-long suspension
with pay though.
With pay, because
they were nice.
Yeah. So absolutely, but I'm back and
excellent.
Lots of work.
Yeah, and
man, you pretty much lived in that garage.
Yeah,
for
I
the
have.
past
oh
3
my
weeks.
god. So I saw something special pull out of the garage today.
There has been some videos floating around
Yeah.
of Reaper
Monkey Butler.
moving under its own power. So shifting through the gears and getting it into low, and
the buggy is very, very
alive and
close.
running.
It's very close, right? Well,
Yeah.
you say by the weekend, maybe?
It's gonna be tight, but
All right.
definitely 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks away is a good.
Let's be comfortable with 2
Yeah.
weeks. How's that sound?
So
That's awesome.
2 weeks away.
2 weeks from everywhere. And we have as a special guest. I'm keeping him in the green room for a little bit. Leave him with a little less pressure than the rest of us to come up with cool, witty things. Is Matt Caldwell, the director of operations from treadlightly.org.
Ooh.
Yeah, say hi, Matt.
How's it going, guys?
Man, it's good to have you here, all the way from Salt Lake City. Man, you must be tired. That's a long drive.
Tired and cold.
Yeah, you guys have gotten some snow recently, right?
Like yesterday.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm glad that
Welcome to
might be
spring.
behind us.
Yeah.
we had snow flurries last week, so
Right. I'm done with it.
Yeah, it's not behind us, but I wish it was.
Yeah, but you at least have good skiing out there. I mean, like really good skiing.
That is true. We'll take that for sure.
Yeah. Do you ski?
I do.
I was going to say that's kind of a requirement to live out there, right?
Kind of like off-roading, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it is. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Matt, thanks for being here. And anytime while we're chit-chatting and doing our thing, feel free to chime in, make us laugh, impart some wisdom even. We like that.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a stretch, but I'll do my best.
Well, I love it. So I got to turn a few wrenches this week.
What did you do?
We had Wrenching Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm like, what did you do?
I think this is a new segment for the podcast, Wrenching Wednesday.
I know.
Well, I really didn't do anything. All I did was set my deflators.
I was working on your Jeep in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Well, we built it Wednesday so we could break it.
While you were like off talking to people.
Well, that's what I do. I'm the PR guy. You take care
I'm
of
the
it.
mechanic. Okay.
I saw you laying under there. I'm like, Amy, I'm gonna act like I'm tuning the antenna back here. Billy's done.
So it was a good day to just work on little projects that have been nitpicking us.
Yeah.
For a while. I mean, you got work done on Alias that day.
Yeah, so I wrapped up a lot of that, a lot of the rears and stuff, and a little stuff on that, and we did diff covers at about 4:00 on yours.
It was so funny because I literally was gone like 15 minutes running an errand, getting you a burger and fries or something, right. and I come back and my diffs are done. I was like, how does that happen?
Milwaukee tools.
And Scott was there. Scott got some things to do.
Scott's been there a lot.
Yeah, well, we're actually we're gonna bring Scott in as a non-paid employee.
Oh, okay, volunteer.
Yep,
voluntarily told.
Except Scott. Nobody's gonna voluntarily tell Scott anything.
No,
but he just wants to impart his weird, messed up wisdom to all the kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great.
Yeah.
These kids need a little humor from him.
Yeah. I'm curious. It's more of an experiment. Like
here, kids.
Yeah.
You can end up like this.
Can you handle working in the real world?
So we got to see each other on Wednesday, and then I came over to your house. I feel like this was a week I got to hang out with you guys the most.
Yeah.
And then, man, we went wheeling yesterday, and it was outstanding. It was a beautiful day to start with, and we tried some stuff. We went to new trails that literally I think
were new trails.
I think Scott was the first person to go on those trails.
Yeah, I agree.
And they weren't easy.
No. I think that was it trail 35?
35, yeah.
35 with leaves on it. I mean, just stacked with leaves on it.
Yeah.
Was an extremely difficult trail because it wasn't super rocky. I mean, there was a couple holes.
Yeah.
But it was slick. I mean,
it was really,
you can't see nothing. You can't gauge anything with the leaves on the ground.
Yeah.
And that hill was no joke.
It was pretty steep.
It was.
As a matter of fact, it was steep enough.
Like Renee's Hill?
Probably about the same, but it's
maybe not as long.
It's over by Renee's Hill,
yeah,
right?
it's not as long. Actually, it's coming out of the same ravine that Renee's, like.
Oh, okay.
Same, but on the other, Renee's is on the other side of that ravine that runs down.
Right.
BA.
Yeah,
BA. So it was steep enough that while we were parked at the bottom watching Scott go up, Lexi was like, this is a little steep. I don't feel good with this. So she got out and walked. And, this kid's got nerves of steel.
Yeah.
And she got out and walked. It was
steep.
It was
steep. Some of it was off camber a little bit too. So
yeah, it had some weird turns at the top that made it feel even more
used
tough.
The trees to keep us on track.
Yeah. It's always fun to pull recovery stuff, even if it's just as an exercise. but we pulled a little bit of rope on
We
that
pulled
one.
rope a couple times.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were wheeling hard. That was
Yeah.
probably the hardest that I've wheeled in a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
And it was.
I'll get ready.
It was.
I know.
It was.
I am. I'm ready for. It
Prepare.
was just such a good time. I mean, wheeling with you two guys, wheeling with knowledgeable people is just a blast. People who are of that same caliber, and when you're learning something and from people, and they're learning from you, and you're just out,
Right.
kind of. So we were all out, kind of experimenting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, and just kind of trying stuff, and it was awesome. It really was. I mean, Scott's by far the most experienced wheeler. He's probably got more wheel time than all of us.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it was a good, it was a really
Right.
good time.
Yeah.
It really was. When we left the park, we didn't stay all day, but by the time we left, we had done a good chunk of the blues and tougher trails on the
Blacks.
eastern
We had a
side.
couple blacks.
Yep. I felt like we had kind of pushed ourselves a little bit, and I was like, all right, that was a good day.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we really, I think we all walked away learning a lot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, and we learned a little bit about. I mean, you've known for a while, but man, Scott's Jeep is just. It's
Do you
a
want me to
beast.
start on it now?
Yeah, well, we do have a product review that we want to kind of talk
You
about.
ready to segment into that?
Let's segment into that.
All right. So
Yeah, because for starters, he's on he's on a rock crawler suspension.
he's on an RK.
Yeah.
It's their
It's a three-
mid arm.
yeah.
It's their mid arm, and shoot, I should have looked it up and I didn't. But it's their what is it? X?
Game changer.
No, that's Metal Cloak.
X
RK
Factor.
X Factor. Is it
Yeah.
X Factor? X Factor.
I think it's X Factor.
He'll chime in. He's on here.
Yeah.
But it's
He'll correct us.
it's a 3.5 inch lift. And he's got the Heim joints on. He's got the better control arms on it. And I've worked on it with Scott for the past. We've been trying to dial this in. He's had it at Globex trying to dial it in because if there's an adjustment to be made in that Jeep, you can make it. Everything's adjustable.
Everything's
Track
adjustable.
bar, upper lower control arms, literally ball joints. And it drives really nice. And I've driven it. I driven it before in the street.
Yeah.
But Scott, when I said I was coming up, but I might not wheel my Jeep because I just got in the rears together, and there was a couple things that I didn't get to that I wanted to finish. He was like, maybe you want to just jump in mine. And I didn't want to wheel. I wanted to drive it a little bit off-road, but I didn't want to wheel it hard at first because it's not my Jeep, and I want to break it. And Scott's a good friend, and I'd hate to,
Have to fix
drive a
his
wedge.
Jeep.
Well, yeah, no, I would, but I mean, drive a wedge between a friend shit. Like it's,
Yeah.
he's got some
Harry. It's Harry.
He's got some.
Yeah.
He's got some serious equipment there, you know.
Yeah.
But first of all, let me start with this. He bombs BA, the bottom of BA.
yeah.
He hit it. What, like 85?
Yeah.
No, but it soaked everything up.
Everything up.
So it's a 3.5 inch rock crawler X Factor mid arm lift with stage 1 emulsion shocks.
Yes, so that's their other upper end shocks. So he hits this. I mean, if it was in my Jeep, Scott and I our brains would have been mixed together. Yeah, I mean, it just absorbs it, right? But then he puts me in the driver's seat at the after you get through the bottom end of BA, and he jumps on the
Well, he just starts doing the drone footage.
He starts doing the
right?
drone footage, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a blue trail? It's not a black.
No.
And it was I'm just driving this thing, and it's just walking over stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you point this thing, it'll go. It's a point and shoot. But I will tell you this about the suspension. Immediately you notice the feedback on it. So it soaks everything up, but it'll still give you feedback. I could tell where every tire was and what every tire it was doing. And that's important when you're wheeling. Like you have a really awesome feel with that. And like you can tell what each tire is doing. You don't lose anything, but it's not beating you up either.
Right.
It's incredible. And the traction, now so a lot of that's for BFGs. But the traction is
You ate his pretzels and mustard, you asshole. You pretzel stealer.
No, it's Don's not the guilty one.
No.
We we got somewhere and you had taken off in his Jeep, and so I just threw the pretzels and mustard in the back seat of mine. I got home last night cleaning out the Jeep.
There's the pretzels and
look.
mustard.
So I'm gonna speed this up. Anyway, we get to, how tall was that ledge?
Oh, it was
3.5 foot.
Yeah, it was big. Yeah.
So we're coming up, and there's a right that you can go up, and it's probably a blue, and then there's a black on the left side. It's a ledge. It's 2 rocks with a V notch in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "What do you want to do?" First of all, like, I think he'd been hinting for me to give his Jeep back, but I wouldn't get out of the driver's seat. And I said to Terry at one point, "I'm like, as soon as we clear these rocks, let's just take off." And he knows where the keys are in my Jeep. We'll just go.
it'll be an even trade.
Right. So we get to this V notch, and Scott, I was kind of hoping he would tell me to go left. Like, I was starting to get a feel for it. I'm like, this thing's awesome, and I just, it's so capable. And he did. He's like, "Yeah, no, it'll do it." And so he's like, "Do you want me to spot you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, definitely, because it's not my Jeep. I'm not that used to it."
Right.
And so he gets out and he's up there, and I just listened to him. I mean, he's like, he guided me into it. We went right and then a hard left, and
walked right up.
It literally, I did not have to work that Jeep that hard. I've worked my Jeep harder on 1 foot ledges than I've had to. Yeah. I mean, it is so incredible. That suspension system.
Yeah.
Absolutely the best trail suspension system I've ever driven.
Absolutely.
By far. And then I drove it out of the park, and on the way down, going up 901, it gets rough. I can't do 50 miles an hour in my Jeep. It's all over the road. And Scott was in my Jeep behind us. I was following you. You and me were doing 70, right?
Yeah, easily.
And cruised right over it. And you could see Scott in my Jeep had to slow down, as he was getting into it. And, because it just tosses you all over the place. So the thing, just eats up stuff on the road too. It's
because of wheeling with Scott and, watching him walk up things that same ledge, I tried.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have the clearance. I
Now.
had the right line.
Yep.
Everything was good. I got and I just hung up on it. So I backed down and I went to the kiddie pool side.
Right.
And
that was no joke either. I mean, that was
it was for real, but it wasn't that ledge.
No.
And one of the reasons why I have these springs in my garage is because I'm switching to RK suspension.
Scott and I were talking about this. I am not a person who will just, and I said, we were talking, this is like the downfall of me doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not the person that'll say rock crawler is awesome because that's what everybody else is using.
Yeah.
And Scott's been saying how awesome it is. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it is, but there's other stuff out there I really like, Metal Cloak, and if I want to go a little bit lower suspension, a little less maintenance, AEV, or, but I will tell you this, the suspension I have on my Jeep is coming off.
Right.
And it's getting an RK.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point I was going to do a coilover. I don't even want to do coilovers on it. I'm going to do that exact same lift he has. And that thing it's a rock monster.
Yep.
It's a super thing. The triple rate suspension. You've talked about these in the past.
Right.
They're better for all environments, right?
The only thing that they're really not, but what I'm seeing is, they're not good if you're like an overlander and loading them, supposedly.
Right.
But Scott's, as we're playing with it, and we're, he has a ton of gear in the back. Yeah,
that's what he does. He overlands. We said it. He has several hundred pounds.
So we're gonna put
my
trailer on the back and see how level it is, and he's looking at some other things right now. With rock crawler, with the suspension, some other adjustments to level it out, and I don't know that there is a much better off-road ready suspension out there. I can honestly say, not that I've experienced anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That thing just kills it. It's amazing.
Yeah, just watching him, I'm sold.
The guys at RK know what they're doing. And then, like I said, I've driven and worked on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That suspension, anybody out there, I promise you will not be...
their full line of suspension components, this, that, the other thing. Every kit they make is so well engineered.
Yep.
It's just...
It really is. The valving is perfect for the shocks. That's another thing. Like, this thing doesn't toss. It just absorbs.
Yeah.
And it's not bucking you back. Like, it just absorbs and you still have control over it. The valving on the shocks is perfect.
Yeah.
Spring rates are perfect. Everything is tuned for what Jeeps do best, and that's trail rides, you know, rock crawling and
well, I mean, Eric's Jeep too is dialed in beyond.
Yeah, and
belief.
it's all
and
rock
he's
crawler.
like, yeah, it'll do 80 miles an hour down the trail.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. I never, like, that's why I said that's my downfall.
Yeah.
I mean, so all of you out there know that I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is the truth. Like that's, I wouldn't shoot you to shit for, you know, selling a product that I didn't like.
Right.
This stuff is, I haven't driven Eric's Jeep, you know.
I haven't either, but
no, I don't think anybody has.
But I mean, like,
but
I think Lexi has.
Scott,
yeah.
Actually, Lexi has.
Yeah.
So the kid that can't drive, did drive Eric's Jeep.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
it is a superior suspension system. I would say the only thing that's come close that I've driven has been a Metal Cloak.
Right.
And it just didn't quite feel as tight as this on the rocks and just soak it up like this did in the rocks. So
yeah. All right. Well, that's our product review.
We're gonna do a full review, right? At some point.
Well, my plan is, you know, this spring is to put the full control arms, shocks, and those springs on, and we'll go from there.
Yep. And some gears. We have gears.
And some gears. We'll do it all.
Yeah,
we'll do it all. Well, actually, you'll do it all.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not involved. I'm going wheeling while you guys work on your Jeeps.
Your garage has been full all winter. Yeah. Don't give me that. Which takes us to our events, and
I'm going racing.
We have a few events. You're going racing. Where are you going racing?
I don't know.
First event coming up looks like April 30th through May 2nd at Adventure Off-Road Park and Nature Center in Tennessee, and that's put on by Mid-South Jeeps. No, not Mid-South Jeeps. Jeeps and Wrenches out of Nashville. So they're out of Nashville, Tennessee. Cool. Then we've got the Go Topless Day, Saturday 15th, May 15th. That is a nationwide event. Extreme Terrain does that, I think.
Top.
No, you keep
it on, buddy. Keep it on.
Oh.
That was this afternoon.
Okay.
But
I kept my clothes on.
The Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania is doing an event with the Mountain View Vineyard Winery, Brewery, and Distillery. It is a fundraiser, and I think last year or 2 years ago, they raised around $2,500 for Meals on Wheels. That is the charity that we're going to do again this year. Yep. So, you know, come out, have a good day. I guarantee you there'll be hundreds of Jeeps there.
And Mountain View brewed a beer specific for
this event.
For this event, and it's called Top Down Lager or Top Down Ale.
One of the two.
Yeah, Top Down Ale, I think.
We have the
whole label and everything. So,
yeah.
And part of the proceeds goes to Meals on Wheels as well. So definitely come out. Be responsible and be merry.
Yeah,
us.
It'll be a good time. I think Cactus Blue food truck will be there.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had Cactus Blue, man, that's some good
stuff.
Food.
Yep. I hope they come prepared.
They're ready for it.
Good.
They're ready for it. On the Jeep Spring Trail Ride, April 17th at AOAA. And that is an event for everyone. We have something for everybody from green all the way up to Billy level. What? Billy and Eric and Scott.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it'll be a lot of fun, and it's a great event for April 17th. And then the Mid-South Jeeps.
And we're going to be camping out, so if you want to come join us, have a good time.
Yep. We do need, they probably need trail guides. So if you're interested in guiding that trail and want to come to
we need
Cold Country,
rides.
Pennsylvania, we could use some guides.
We roped Don in today for that.
Yeah. I volunteered. I have fun doing that.
Voluntold.
I'm gonna take the green trails, and we're gonna take those right to the blue. Welcome to Wheeling.
Yep. Mid-South Jeep Spring Run. They're doing it at South Missouri Off-Road Ranch. And Ranch, I love that they did that.
The Ranch.
And that is, I think, on April 17th. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. It's handled by the guys down in Memphis, Tennessee. So look into there. We'll have all the links for these events on the show notes, and check them out.
Yep.
Yeah, check them out. And there was another event that hit my mind today, but I forgot to put it in the show notes. So
you can tell how tired we are.
I know.
I think I said I like rock crawler suspension like 13 times in 10 seconds.
Yeah,
let's get to our guest.
We have a guest, don't we?
We do have a guest. I know. I think we're so tired we kind of forgot about him, but special gentleman today from Tread Lightly, Director of Operations,
Matt Caldwell. Matt, how you doing?
Good. How many times do you want to say you like Tread Lightly?
We'll do it 100
we
times.
can easily.
How many times do you want to?
Sounds like it just turned into a drinking game.
We love Tread Lightly.
We do love Tread Lightly, absolutely. That's two.
Well,
yeah, we'll just keep tagging them up.
That's awesome, and we appreciate you guys having us on and give us a chance a little bit to talk about Tread Lightly and what we're doing.
That's great. I know that Evan joined Scott and Eric on our takeover episode when I was dumb enough to give them the keys to the castle
studio. Yeah.
I don't know.
What were we thinking? But Evan was awesome. Evan's great.
Yeah. You added Evan to that, and it was a takeover.
Well, I said, you know what? Those guys did a good job, and they had Evan on. But you know what? We're taking the keys back. I'm getting the big dog. I said,
right. There you go.
I'm going straight to his boss, and I'm saying, let's get the big guy.
There we go.
Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself. And I know, and the organization, obviously, it's such an awesome thing that you guys do.
No, it is. And a little just background about me. I'm actually Pennsylvania born, Tioga County, up in the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. And then grew up in New England, and really grew up in a family that didn't have a whole lot to do with off-roading or anything automotive, and ended up at BF Goodrich and Michelin when I started my career, and spent almost 4.5 years at Michelin and BF Goodrich, and primarily in the earth mover and agriculture group. But it was also doing some technical support for their oval track racing on the weekends.
That's cool.
And then left there and went to their BF Goodrich's event and motorsports agency that's called Jackson. They're in Greenville, South Carolina as well. So worked pretty much on all the events and motorsports activities that Michelin and BF Goodrich were doing, everywhere from Sebring and Daytona on the Michelin side to Baja on the off-road side. So been in Utah for 5 years, moved out here after 20 years in South Carolina, and really a former client from BF Goodrich who's on our board at Tread Lightly reached out to me last year and said, hey, we've got this opening for the executive director position. Is it something you'd be interested in? And we were able to work out a deal, and very humbled and honored to be back in the off-road community. Some of the coolest people I know in the world are in the off-road community, and it's great to be back in that. But Tread Lightly, we've been around for 30 years. Some people might not know that we've actually existed as an organization that long, and actually a little bit longer than that. We originally started as part of the Forestry Service. Really
cool.
back at the time when ATVs had 3 wheels rather than 4. And the Forestry Service started to recognize, hey, we've got to put some trail controls, some safety messaging, some ethics messaging, as the sport really starts to grow more. In 1990, we actually split off from the Forestry Service and became a nonprofit. And October of 2020, we celebrated 30 years as an organization. So really, we've got 3 main things that we focus on and are kind of our mission. And one is stewardship projects, trying to keep trails open and accessible. Number 2 is education. There's a ton of new people that are coming into this sport, especially from the year we had in 2020. So making sure that we've got people educated. And then number 3 is we actually do a lot of communications work as well. Like the Bureau of Land Management and the Forestry Service use us a little bit as kind of an ad agency to do a lot of social messaging. A lot of the signs that you'll see on kiosk, on trailheads are actually pieces that we would have created.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Well, so I'm going back to this phone call that you get. Hey, we want you to come be the executive director of something.
Yeah, that's
How do you say no to that?
Yeah, that like I said, that's kind of humbling, and you know, the fact that it was a former client, I guess you did something right.
Yeah.
In the past.
Right.
And a lot of really good friends that made the suggestion to that person of, hey, I think you need to talk to Matt. I think it didn't hurt that we were living in Utah at the time either. So
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love it, and you know, the education side really
Well, I was
is
just
kind
going
of.
to say that was my question.
Oh,
So,
go for
Matt,
it.
how do you guys, you know, you said one of the things, and that's what, like this podcast, we really believe in education and educating people. How do you guys
Sure.
do that? I mean, how that's a big open statement. How are you educating the off-road, you know, the off-road hobbyists, the off-road, you know, industry to wheel responsibly and do it, have fun, but yet save our environment?
yeah, I think there's a couple things that we're doing. We've got a program online. It's an online training course that's kind of like a 101 for off-road ethics. People can go online, they can register and take that. The second is our Tread Trainer program, which is a national program that's focused on off-road ethics as well. Obviously, COVID's made that a little bit challenging to do in-person training, but we're working on a program right now where we can do that online. We also have several organizations that we work with that are working on programs where they're going to offer that kind of in an interactive nature through Zoom, and we are going to start doing that quarterly as well. We're working on a new online education platform so that people can go on and do courses on their own as they see fit. And then, you know, the other thing for us is getting out to events and getting the opportunity to talk to people. So Evan and I actually participated in the Winter 4x4 Jamboree in January down in southern Utah, and we specifically sponsored the 101 class.
Oh, cool.
We went with them, and you know, the trail lead was really great about giving Evan and I opportunities when we stopped and chatted about, hey, you know, what's it mean to have be ethical on the trail? You know, what does it look like to be responsible? What does it look like to be respectful? You know, as we're out here, I mean, the reality is all of those things figure in to keeping trails open and accessible, not just for us, but for generations to come.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and
Totally agreed.
I do too. And I think as our sport has kind of bloomed in the last, you know, 3 to 5 years, even more so, just a lot of new people getting Jeeps. Jeeps are just selling like crazy, and now the Bronco, you know, coming out. More and more people are going to be heading out to the trails.
UTVs.
Yeah,
that's another big segment of
yeah,
it too.
and those are
yeah.
getting better and better every day. It's real important that we kind of catch those new people coming into the activity before they create bad habits, or because, you know, to be honest with you, sometimes the more experienced people, well, I mean, they can be assholes too, I guess. But it, you know, the new people may not know any better, you know, and they may say, "Oh, this place is open. Look at this gate. It's wide open. I'm gonna go there." How do you get in front of those people? That, I think that's the big challenge, right? How do you get in front of those people and let them know?
Yeah, we're working on a lot of different things to do that. You just referenced the UTV community. You know, that's a user group that's just exploded, especially last year. The last number I heard in the state of Utah was 210,000 registered UTVs.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the KOH videos.
Yeah,
you know, like
everyone has a UTV there.
Yeah. So we're working on a program right now. it has a name, but we're not really comfortable with it. So we're working on a new name, but we've been working with the Off-Road Business Association, ORBA, on a program that's going to be UTV focused.
Okay.
Acronyms.
And we'll work through dealers, power sports dealers,
Okay, yeah.
to get in front of those new users. Clubs are also a big piece for us, an important piece. A lot of clubs, just like you guys referenced, do a lot of great educational things, and we try to support clubs as much as possible with the materials that we have and we've created, so that you guys are able to do it. We're a pretty small team. We're a team of 9.
Okay.
For a national organization, so we can't be everywhere. But we have a lot of people that are really great and willing to jump in and help share that message. And a lot of times we provide the material to do that.
Oh, cool. So do you guys have a lot of video content as far as training materials, or is it mostly written material? What's the gambit that you offer?
Yeah, so a lot of it's written material. Again, as we start to get this new online platform up and running, you're going to see a shift where it's a little more interactive and online in nature. A really cool program we just finished. It's actually live on our website now. We were approached by the Utah Office of Tourism and asked to do a UTV focused program that talked about off-road ethics. And that program's now live on our site, but it talks about a lot of the things that you can experience, when you're on the trail. I think the other thing that's been important for us, and you guys hit it a little bit, and knowing Pennsylvania, you've got a pretty big mix of this there. The end activity is not what's important to us, and by end activity, it doesn't matter whether you're overlanding, you just want to go rock crawling, maybe it's somebody going hunting. Maybe it's somebody going camping, fishing. The end activity doesn't matter. The reality is we all need the same trail access to get to whatever that activity is.
Yeah,
right.
And that's really the important part.
Right. Matt, you had talked about, and you used this word a couple times, etiquette. What do you, can you elaborate a little bit for us?
Salad fork goes on the outside. Dinner fork goes on the inside.
If you get sporks, you don't have that problem.
Oh, man, that's the ultimate etiquette tool.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
And sometimes they give you the spork that has the knife on the other side, like camping times.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so we're giving you all kinds of ideas about etiquette here.
Yeah,
Matt.
I know. I like this. Maybe we need Tread Lightly branded sporks.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
awesome. That's a winner.
Yeah, I think, when we talk about ethics off-road, there's 2 words that come to mind, and I keep talking about this with the team. It's responsibility, and responsibility is where we get into kind of the cleanup stuff. It's the phrases that everybody knows but doesn't necessarily follow. Pack it in, pack it out, leave it better than you found it, all of those things. And then, from the respect standpoint, it's, when you cross somebody on the trail, we all have different speeds that we operate at. Be respectful with that. And I'm talking motorized community, but I'm also talking non-motorized community. Let's talk mountain bikers or horses or, any of that type stuff.
Yeah.
There's the responsibility and respect message is really the message that's become big for us, and I think will continue.
Yeah. So I just realized after these guys are making fun of me about etiquette, it's ethics.
Ethics.
That's how long of a day it's been.
Well, I think they kind of go hand in hand.
They do.
Right?
They do. Yeah.
So one thing that's really I find cool is I'm an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
So through Boy Scouts, through Boy Scouts, I was taught this when I was a young boy that you got to take care of the resources that are around you and always be mindful of what you take in, what you take out. That there are other living beings in this planet that use the same resources and everything like that.
They've stepped their game up. I mean, having young boys that are in Boy Scouts, they've stepped their game up with that within the past 10 years too. I mean, they talk a lot about not leaving the trail, just like we do.
Yeah.
You know, and packing and packing out,
Yep.
and you know, just using your resources around you responsibly. You know.
Well, and I think it goes even to a bigger picture of you know, you drop some trash on a trail, it's not impacting that trail in the same way that it's actually overall, in fact, impacting our complete environment.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, think about the animals and other you know, organisms that inhabit that area. I think we have to look out for each other, and you know, we as humans aren't great at that. It's not a passive thing that we do, right? So it has to be active. And I love the things that you guys are doing from an active standpoint. You're actually going to events. You're going out there. You're getting the word out to everybody. Because, you know, taking care of the environment isn't a passive, right?
You know what I think is cool? Tread Lightly is starting to get, like, I don't know how else to put it, but trendy. It's starting to be like a trendy word, and people are starting to, you know, use the term.
Well, it's a verb.
Mm-hmm. It is. Right. Yeah, it really has become that, and it's cool. You know, it's back 20 years ago when I started doing this. I mean, we all knew that. You know, you didn't want to go abusing the land and wheeling off the trail and all that basic stuff. But now that we have Tread Lightly, you know, like it's just kind of become a thing that we center around now. You know, that a lot of people. I mean, it goes back to what you were saying about you know, clubs policing their own and policing. I've seen a lot more of that lately, and you know,
and group cleanups and club cleanups, and you know, it's a great way to get organizations and, you know, larger people's groups together to, you know, all strive for the same goal and achieve the same.
Yeah.
But Matt, you may have more facts than I do, or more anecdotal evidence than I do, but I think those group cleanups impact that day, but I think it might inspire us to do individually when we're out cleaning up. Maybe we drive by something, we stop, and we stick our arm out and grab a piece of trash or something like that.
In my Jeep,
that makes a
I
bigger,
cannot reach the ground from out of the window of my Jeep. Okay,
but that makes a bigger impact in the lasting. Is that kind of the way you guys think, or am I wrong on that?
No, you're spot on. You know, here I'm hope I don't step on toes by saying this. There's a lot of
step on them, step on all the toes.
There's a lot of off-road organizations that do a really great job of lobbying, and lobbying definitely has its place in terms of keeping trails open, 100%. We have taken the mindset, and part of it's because of our relationship with Forestry Service and the Bureau of Land Management, to stay away from the lobbying piece, but focus on the stewardship piece that you're talking about, because it's the visible piece. I have a request in right now, Terry, to your point about the number. My request has been to BLM, what percentage of trails have closed because of what I'm going to call legislation versus lack of maintenance?
Right.
I'm really interested to see what that number comes back on. But that's really why we've taken the focus that we have on stewardship. The phrase was used earlier in the podcast about lead by example. That's the approach we're taking. Right. It's really a lead by example approach, focus on the stewardship efforts. It's stuff that people they can get their heads wrapped around it because they see the immediate impact of a stewardship or a cleanup project.
Yep.
So, you know, that's really where we are focusing on moving forward. And Evan was on, you know, the show, and he knows. I've told him our plan is 20 stewardship projects this year.
Wow.
That is nationwide. That's the other thing that's a focus for us right now. While we deal heavily with public lands, and the majority of public lands are west of Denver,
right?
There is plenty of other public lands in this country that need the same level of support, and we are heavily focused on that. You know, we've got some plans in the southeast. We've been reached out to in the last week by the state of New York. We've got some plans in Pennsylvania. Cool. There's some really good momentum on that right now.
Well, that's awesome. I knew the whole lead by example thing. I think that's huge. I mean, we're out, and I saw this example happen. I picked something up on the side of the trail and that was trash. I put it in.
Yep.
And then the next thing around, my daughter, I see her pick something up.
Right.
And I think it's good for us to set that example. And
absolutely.
And I almost feel like if I see somebody else pick up a piece of trash and put it away, man, how guilty do I feel if I walk by?
I was thinking the same thing. When you picked that up, I was all of a sudden like, shit, I got to find dirt or trash or something.
I got to get my piece for the day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but you're a good human. We're a lot of our problems are not from we're picking up after the bad humans.
I agree. It bothers me when, I'm sure as any of us, when you see stuff laying, and I'm sure that mirror wasn't left intentionally. Somebody probably whacked a tree and had to keep momentum going, and forgot to turn around and go back. I don't know, but anyway, we'll
driving puddles out of
give them the benefit of the
doubt.
But I think that's so cool. I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah.
As each one of us doing our part, stewarding, and that kind of. Because you're right, it's the part that everybody can see. It's the part that's going to make the difference. That's really a great way to look at it, Matt.
I just hate seeing trash.
I think the other piece that's interesting is it's the visible piece to our community to do the work, but it's also the positive message to some of the people that aren't always thrilled with our community.
Right.
Yeah. And that's hard to change those minds once they have those minds set. It all it takes is one,
unfortunately,
one bad example or maybe two bad examples for someone to say all off-roaders are bad, or all horses on these trails just destroy it, right? When in reality, there's 98% are doing the right things.
Right.
So it's really hard to change that mind, and I think an organization like yours is kind of the public face for the 98% that's quiet, and doing the right things. So it kind of helps offset those 2%.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
So,
no, totally.
Matt, what like over here in the Northeast, you guys are out there in Utah, and we're over here in the Northeast. What can we do, as a group to help you guys? I mean, that we'd love nothing more than to be able to say that we're definitely a part of this movement, and I use movement because that just feels like what it is. You're seeing more and more of this and hearing more about it, and people are getting more responsible. So what can we do?
I think there's a couple things, and I love hearing the fact that there's momentum. That's really been the term that we keep talking about as a team. Especially with the eastward push is where's the momentum. So a couple things. When there's events, let us know about them. We don't have a ton of money that we can go out and be a big sponsor of an event.
Right.
But a lot of times we can work with events to have a presence at an event and it be a really smart, opportunity for us and for that event as a whole. We're working right now with an event in Erie, PA, where we're going to be a sponsor at that event. It makes a lot of sense for us. The Trail Fest, which is in Tennessee here at the end of April with Southern 4-Wheel Drive, we're going to be part of that event as well. So events are big with those opportunities. The second thing is, and this is kind of one of those mutually beneficial pieces, clubs that become members of Tread Lightly, there's some benefits to those clubs. Number one is their members can then become individual members of Tread Lightly at a 50% discount.
Cool.
So that's a really great deal. But we have a program that we're getting ready to launch in April. I won't share the industry partner's name. And actually we have two now that are probably going to do this, where we are going to be in a place to provide grants to clubs to do stewardship projects on their own in their areas.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So those will be funded direct from Tread Lightly. We have partners that are helping with that, and we're really excited about that. The other thing is Tread Lightly so far this year, membership has been really strong for us, and we're really looking at some opportunities where we can kind of do foundation or endowment type stuff at the end of our fiscal year to support clubs with the same type of benefits. And again, we can't be everywhere, but when we've got people that are bought into what we're doing, we can definitely support it.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, it'll like you said, momentum's such a great word to use because that's what's happening. It's just it's going
right.
You're noticing it a lot more out here. Matt, what talk about the membership a little bit. I mean, how does that work?
What are the levels?
Sure. So there's individual memberships. They're as small as $25. They go all the way up to $250. You can check those out on our website. When you hit our main page, there's a button that says Become a Member. If you click on that button, it'll kind of show you that. It's a lot of the normal, the sticker, the decal stuff. But when you get to our $100 memberships is where a lot of our partners start kicking in member benefits. So, discounts at like overland.com or Mid-Atlantic Off-Road. BF Goodrich has benefits in there. Discount Tire has benefits in there. One of the biggest benefits we have starting at our $100 membership is once you've been a Tread Lightly member for 30 days, you can purchase on the affiliate program through FCA, which allows you to buy at 1% below invoice.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and a $60,000 Jeep, it sure is.
Yeah.
Through my work, I get that same program,
really?
So I don't need to work anymore. I just spend $100 on the membership.
Right. Well, that's really great. And the classes you talked about, are they part of the membership, or are they just up on the web page?
So the online 101 course, it's available to anybody on the website, and the Tread Trainer, which is kind of the next level course, that one does require membership for that training. We also have the Master Tread Trainer program, which is the Train the Trainer program for the Master Tread Trainer program. So
that was a lot of trainer.
That was a lot of words.
Yes.
Trainer, the trainer, the trainer.
Exactly. So some really good opportunities there for memberships. We also have small business memberships or outfitter memberships. If you've got a small business that wants to be involved in what we're doing, those are really easy. If you follow us at all on social or whatever, you've noticed we've announced a bunch of new partners in the last few months.
That's awesome.
And we've been really excited about that.
No, that's awesome. I love it. I know I'm a member, and I know Neil, who's one of our listeners, is a member, and he used his membership to purchase his Jeep. I mean, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I really think it is. In fact, I'm looking right now. I might get my wallet out.
I think it's more important the membership. I don't really care about the discounts, but I think it's just that whole solidarity that I'm making a commitment by opening my wallet and being able to say I agree with these guys. I want to support them. I want to see the sticker on the back of my Jeep. That's me making a commitment that I'm not going to leave the trail poorly. I'm not going to get off the trail that I'm supposed to be on. And I think that individually can hold someone responsible, to not make poor decisions in life.
Yeah.
If I only had that sticker for the rest of my life.
Remember, don't do dumb shit.
I can't always swear by that.
I'm looking at it now. And the website is great. I mean, it's...
Well, I got a point of contention here.
Do you?
Yeah, the first time I opened that website, there was a huge blue Jeep on that website, and now there's some Toyota or something on there.
Here we go.
I texted Eric Ammerman right away. I was like, "What is going on here? Did
Matt,
you piss Matt off?"
After we were done, I was going to ask you how we could help you and what we could do. It's done. Forget it. Relationship over.
Yeah, no, we love our partners, and we try to swap them out on that main image when we get chance. But yeah, there was a blue Jeep up there for a couple months.
Did his contract just run out? Did he did he not send you a Christmas card?
He did pay his membership. Yeah,
maybe that's it. I love it. Yeah, the website's great. I love it.
It really is. It's cool. It's easy. It's sort of, again, because none of us have slept in like 24 hours. It's naturey, and that's the best word I can come up with. It
is naturey. It uses the right color coordinations.
They're all I'm digging it.
Yeah, and people can buy merchandise on the website. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's everything from educational materials to sometimes Evan gets a little out of control with the stuff he goes and orders, and we've got it on the site. There's a little bit of mix. The other thing, partners sometimes will push stuff our way and we'll put it up there on the site. I think right now the biggest thing is tire covers. We have a few hundred tire covers that came from a really great partner. And they're taking up a fair amount of space. So I think there's a deal on there right now, like pay the shipping and we'll send you tire covers. I know that we're getting a little challenged on sizing, but
listen, everybody out there, you guys all heard, right? The new hot thing is a tire cover.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to them. Yeah.
I maybe saw one tire cover at our event today. One.
Yeah, and so we're behind it. I mean, we got to get with the times.
We got to get with the times.
Tire covers are the shit.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks.
That's right.
That's the whole reason we brought Matt on, was to talk
about tire covers. Yeah.
If you are looking for a cool tire cover, the kangaroo, but you have one of those, don't you? The kangaroo bag?
The trasharoo.
Trasharoo.
Yep. One of my favorite accessories I bought. I can put my stinky swamp shoes in there and garbage.
And kids' diapers.
Well, that was
that was a while ago.
That was.
And you can even find a Tread Lightly branded trasharoo on their website.
Really?
That was what I was kind of.
Is he heading there? I didn't know that. I was leading mine is kind of worn out, and I may replace it.
Now, is that on Trasharoo's website?
It is.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome. Do you guys get a kickback from that for everyone that's sold?
Yeah.
Or is it already sold?
No, they support us. It's been great.
So,
all right. So go right now. Stop looking at treadlightly.org.
Go look at
Trasharoo. Yeah, go over to Trasharoo and buy a.
I know, and I mean, as far as bags go, garbage bags, spare tire bags are probably the best out there. They're awesome. Yeah. I've beat the snot out of mine for years and years and years.
Yeah, I love it. It's inspiring when it's on the back of your Jeep. I look at it and I go, I got to get one of those.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It makes me want to go out and fill it up with garbage at the park.
Yeah.
Seriously, like I don't mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool.
So if somebody could type in the show notes,
Don,
somebody over there,
fancy dancy computer sitting there.
Yep.
Put up treadlightly.org and I don't know what the other one is, but all I care about is treadlightly.org. Put that up like 400 times. Because we need to meet our quota. Matt said we had to say it a lot of times.
A gazillion.
There it is. Blasted it.
Cool. Yeah. So everybody right now, go and become a member. Wait, before we had Matt, you and I talked about members on our for our listeners. Did we talk about that?
Yep, and I'm glad you brought.
I'm putting you on the spot right now.
No, you're good. It'll be set up in the morning, so don't go do your membership just yet.
All right, hold on, guys, hold on.
So don't go do your memberships just yet.
That's good because I was like literally clicking on it.
Yeah. Don't click yet. So we had a discussion. When you go to the member page, about halfway down the page, it's going to ask you if you have a discount. So you're going to want to click yes on that discount, and a drop-up box is going to come up, and you're going to want to look for the Jeep Life podcast in that list.
We've got a drop down. We're in a drop down somewhere.
That's cool. That's right.
That's really cool.
And then this is the other part you're going to need. You're going to need a membership code. It's going to ask for that in the box, and that is capital T, capital L, and the word member.
Put that in the thingy. Capital T, capital L. Member.
Yep. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you 50% off on our $50, $100 memberships.
Oh, wow.
And as well as a discount on the $250 membership.
Capital T, capital L, member, right?
Cool.
Yep. Yes. You got it.
Okay. We're up.
That's awesome, Matt. Thank you for that for our listeners. And I'm telling you right now, listener, if you're listening, and you don't go do this, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to take all the trash that I put on off the trails and I'm going to put it in your front yard.
There's probably going to be a lot of broken parts in that bag.
There's going to be a lot. Matter of fact, I got a shock in the back of the Jeep ready to go. Matt, we appreciate that. That is great. So half off on that $50 and $100 memberships.
You got it.
Yeah, awesome. Where were you a couple of weeks ago when I?
Well, glad he said it because I'm like, I'm a little short this week, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be able to do the TL, and then I'll make it or the $25. I'm like, then I'll do a donation later, later this month, and I'm like, no, I can swing the better
right.
one.
You can swing it, right?
Yeah. I gotta have the sticker. I mean, the sticker's where it's at.
Dude, I love the sticker on the back of my Jeep. My Jeep is all black. If it's not red, on paint, it's got black vinyl. But that's the one sticker that I've done
sticker,
on the outside.
Here's the deal. I mean, dead serious about this. When I see that on a Jeep, I'm like, God, that dude's legit.
Yeah.
Like, he's a real wheeler,
It's funny how that
is. It's like a badge of honor.
It is.
Yeah.
So I need two stickers then.
For anybody that's going to be at EJS, there's a new sticker.
Ooh. All right, I'm going to EJS. I'm heading out west.
Did Scott tell you? I almost was going to go for the weekend. Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I fly out Friday night and come back Monday morning before work.
Hey, it's my birthday.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Should we go?
No.
All right.
I'm game.
All right. We're going. Matt, we'll see you out there.
We'll see you there, Matt.
Love it. Love it. You can come hang out with Evan and I.
Well, Matt, where can everybody find you? I know we've talked about it a little bit because we like Tread Lightly. Yeah. Tell us where everybody can find you.
So, best place to find us is you can find us on the web, treadlightly.org. Please go check out all of our social channels. We're on Facebook under Tread Lightly. On Instagram, it's under Tread Lightly Team. Come check it out. There's content on there pretty regularly. Sometimes it's rec tips. Friday night, we posted a pretty cool video from two guys that were doing a ride along in one of the Broncos at King of the Hammers, talking about Tread Lightly and how important it is to support Tread Lightly. So, awesome. And there'll be a bunch of content as well coming from EJS. The other page just on the website that I'd really draw you guys to, if you're on the website, there is a page under, I think it's the About Us, and it says TL Impact. And one of the things that we're really committed to is telling everybody, like, hey, you're becoming a member, you're partnering with us. Where's your financial support going? So we put infographics on there that talk about what we're doing. Our quarters are a little bit awkward from our fiscal standpoint. Our quarter one started October and went through the end of December. But, the information that's on that slide is like number of stewardship projects, number of trails that we worked on, number of tons of trash.
2,849 pounds of trash, 355 online courses completed. Wow. Yeah, it goes on and on. 43 states. There's a lot of great stuff on here.
Matt, move all that to the front page.
Yeah.
Get that Yoda off of there and put those numbers. Because the transparency piece, it's hard to brag about yourself, and I know, but you guys do amazing work. And
we're pretty good at it here over at Jeep Life Podcast, but I mean,
we're bragging about ourselves.
yeah, pretty much.
We have to because nobody else will. But you guys do great work, and we appreciate you. And thank you for everything that you do.
Absolutely.
And thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for
you guys are doing a great job. I mean,
it's amazing.
Tread Lightly really is gaining some serious traction.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys and appreciate the opportunity. And and all the support. And, again, the goal is to really make this a national message that everybody can get behind, and make sure that those trails are open and accessible for us and for a lot of future generations as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Excellent. We appreciate that. And thanks for the discount code.
Yep.
So now that adds to our discount code list, and I'm gonna pull up paper.
We're all going broke because we're spending money with all these great partnerships we have.
I know we're so fortunate to have great partners. Power Tank, one of our first partners, and they're a great company, good guys that own it and the product. I got to talk to a guy today for 25 minutes about it.
Yeah.
And my poor tank is empty. So, from yesterday, but it's great. They've given us a discount code for our listeners, and it's Jeep Life Pod 15. So if you order a complete system from them, so you get 15% off. Armorlight, another great company, just overall good company, good people. Yeah. They've given our listeners a discount code of Jeep Life Podcast 10% off a full system.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Pypes, our most recent partner, we had them on the show.
Last week I missed it.
Yeah, you weren't here. And I love the sound of my pipes.
Yeah, it does sound good. I got some video. We're going to post some video of it because I got some video yesterday from behind.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to talk about it.
I was thinking, as this is coming out of my mouth, I'm like,
it's going to sound
damn
wrong. It. Whatever.
It is Jeep Life, and it's free shipping.
Which is awesome.
Free shipping on their systems.
Let's not forget about the contest either.
Oh, definitely don't want to forget about the contest.
No.
Our contest to give away, and Pypes has given away one system already to our listeners. And one of Amy Coddington, a listener of the show, she guessed where they were from, and they're from Hatfield, Pennsylvania. So they're a local company. We're supporting that local company. But they were great. And while we're on air, they gave out 2 more systems to give away. And the contest is, if you want a Pypes system, exhaust system for your Jeep, here's what you do. You go to Instagram, you go to Facebook. I know I see, Matt, you're working on this. You're trying to get your Pypes exhaust. You go to Instagram or you go to Facebook, and you come up with the most clever way to say, I need a Pypes exhaust. I want to laugh. The 3 of us want to laugh.
Yeah.
So come up with a unique way, whether it's a video, whether it's just a line.
There were some good ones.
There's some good ones so far.
Make sure you tag us in them.
Tag us and them, because we want them to get some advertising time out of that as well. So tag us, tag them. April 1st.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day. We're going to pick the 2 biggest fools.
Yep.
One on each platform, on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yep.
And the one that makes us laugh on each one of those platforms the most, they're going to get a system of their choice for their Jeep.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It's awesome. But now let's talk about what we got from Tread Lightly, because that's amazing.
I know it is. And Tread Lightly, wow, 50% off.
I was just going to say 50% off is awesome.
That's a big number.
Yeah, it is.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, it is.
And we're grateful for that. 50% off of the $50 and $100 memberships. Make sure that you go to Tread Lightly and become a member. We like Tread Lightly.
So again, we always, we're always about giving back.
Yeah.
And the Pypes, the Power Tank, the Armorlight is all great stuff. But that's for us.
Yeah.
Here's something we're giving some money to. We're giving back.
Yeah.
And it can't always be take. So, we're really asking our listeners out there to consider contributing to our Patreon page first, and then after that, Tread Lightly.
Right. Yeah. Since we're talking about that, where can people go and find us, Bill? Wake up. It's time. You can contribute now.
So first off, I want everybody to head over to our link tree, which is an awesome website that has all of our quick links right there. So you will have our telephone number, which is 484.
Yeah, I can't remember it either. But it's our listener voicemail. 891-1172. So our listener voicemail, if you would like to leave us a voicemail on the air, possibly getting it put up live on the show. We haven't had any good voicemails lately, so
looking for somebody to call in this week. Also, obviously, you can head over to all of our social medias, Instagram, Jeep Life Pod, the Facebook. Yeah, we're bringing back the Facebook. So just type into that search bar, Jeep Life Podcast. Also, YouTube, which we have a YouTube giveaway going on right now, too.
Oh, yeah.
Still going on.
We
haven't hit 500 subscribers on the YouTubes, but we're at, I think, 423 currently. Yep. So we just recently had our bag go out to our last lucky winner when we hit 350 members or subscribers, but we're looking for that 500 number. So make sure you go onto our YouTube page, click that subscribe button, like button, leave us a comment, and absolutely, we have all of our other ways to find us, website, email.
Everywhere.
It's all on that link tree. It's really easy, and they are clickable links. They just take you right to that specific website.
Well, we thank Matt from Tread Lightly coming on and spreading the word. We appreciate it. And for Bill, Don, and myself, here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Have a good night. Woo! Thanks for everybody for joining us. I know it's been a long Sunday for some of us being out in the sun, and we appreciate you coming in and joining in with us. It's been a good day.
It has. It's been a good weekend.
Yep.
It's awesome. Epic weekend.
Epic weekend. So everybody, thanks for joining in with us. We're not going to stay on for very long tonight. I'll be in bed in about 15 minutes, I think.
Same, man. I gotta eat dinner.
So thanks to everybody for coming out and joining us.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to hit end broadcast now.
Just close the top of the MacBook. They just fully closed.
I know.
Walk away.
Walk away. But normally it's right down here in the bottom, and I don't know where that button went, so I'm gonna that's what we do. That's what I do. I mess it up. I mess it up every time. See, it should be right there. I don't know. Oh, there it is.
There it is.